In the beginning of Deus Ex Human Revolution, your company's boss informs you that a hostage situation is underway and asks you to get to the chopper so he can send you in and deal with it.
Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
At this point, there's two things you can do. You can snoop around everyone's office reading the news and stealing candy bars for a while, then make for the chopper, or you can head directly to the chopper and get straight into the thick of things. Players who dilly-dallied too long were surprised to find that all the hostages had been killed by the time they arrived, and they went on message boards to complain about how the game had defied their expectations. At the time, I responded with kind of grumpy gamer messages, but in retrospect, it wasn't really the fault of those players. We'd been trained by years of game playing to expect that time waits for this man, that the tree that falls in the woods won't make a sound. It won't even fall if you're not there to see it. We've been taught that the world actually does revolve around us. The few times when games break these expectations, when they start to use real logic instead of gamer logic, are some of the most surprising and grounding times in gaming. They draw you into these places, which instantly become more real and believable. For the small price of failure and losing a little of the power fantasy, they give you a whole world in return. This has happened to me at least twice, and I'll run you through the two examples. Usually it happens right at the beginning of games, and it sets the tone for the rest of the playthrough. The very first time was with the best demo of a game ever, what was called Indigo Prophecy in America and Fahrenheit everywhere else. At the very beginning of the game, you're in a diner's bathroom and something compels you to stab a man to death. You take control of the game after the fact and are faced with getting out of the situation without drawing suspicion to yourself. Immediately I stashed the body in a toilet stall. Most other games had taught me that this act alone is enough. I mean, in stealth games like Hitman, this is all you need to do. It made me blind to the obvious bloodstains left at the scene, which would be immediately noticeable to the next person to enter. But this wasn't a gamey game. It wanted you to pay attention, to be careful and thorough, and it let you know that NPCs weren't ridiculously stupid just for your benefit. As soon as I left the bathroom and snuck out the back door, the policeman found the bloodstains, and then the body that I had so poorly tried to hide. I was left with little time to get as far away from the scene before the police started sweeping the area for suspects. This opening sequence taught me that this is no game, that the rules and systems of the real world that I was so familiar with are intact in Fahrenheit. NPCs behaved like real people, blood was obvious evidence, and so on. I was going to have to bring all my knowledge, cunning and ingenuity to succeed at the tasks before me. It was such an exciting and refreshing start. It hinted at a marvellous, intricate world that sadly just wasn't there after the beginning of the game. But I still think of it as one of the best adventure games I ever played, even if only for those first 5 minutes. I think if adventure games had taken the opening to Fahrenheit and pursued it as a model, then today the genre would be exciting and not extinct. Another memorable time when a game's opening taught me that the world wasn't created purely to set me up for success was the beginning of Dark Souls. Now, I'd been warned that this game was brutal, so I expected challenging battles, but what I didn't expect was that it would challenge my decisions and question my presumptions. When I walked into that first fight with the Asylum Demon, I was ready. I only had a broken sword, and here was this huge behemoth of a monster with an iron club bigger than I was. I'd played enough Metroidvanias to know to look around for an exit, realizing it would probably be wiser to come back later. That wasn't the moment when the game challenged me. At that time I could read the lines of communications from the developers to me. They were saying that this is a game in which you have to be careful, you have to be observant, and make sure not to bite off more than you can chew. What I didn't know was that even after that, they would be setting me up for a fall. I was recording my first ever playthrough of the game and managed to capture my reaction to the moment that broke me. Sorry for the terrible audio.
Oh shit, he's coming up here! Motherfucker! Oh fuck!
Yep. In this game, the enemies do not wait for you. I felt betrayed. They set me up for success and then knocked me down for my failure. This was the developer saying, screw you, the monsters are not idiots, so you don't be one either. This is not a game, this is a world. Treat it like one. And from then on, I did. I'm planning on making more videos like this one, so sub if you want to see more.